Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is make some tables that summarize writing scores for each race. Then I'm also going to do one that shows the frequency of each race in the sample. So, in the first case, I want race and writing scores as my variables. I have this big space in between there that I might want to get rid of, so I'm going to highlight all the columns in between, right-click on there, and click Hide. Now that makes D through K disappear. It's still in there, and if I highlight C and L and click Unhide, it'll show up again. But I would rather have them be hidden. So I have my race sorted by race, and what I'd like to do is just go through how to sort the whole data set by one variable. So if you click on this square in the upper left hand corner and I go to my Home tab, I can go to Sort and Filter and click on Custom Sort. Now I get a window here, and in the options I have the option to sort in columns or I can sort in rows. I want to sort in columns, so I click OK. I make sure that my data has headers thing is checked, because then it sees that the title of each column is actually what the variable name is. And when I go to the sort by, I can sort things by whatever variable I'm interested in. In this case, I'm going to sort it by race. It already is, but I'm just going to do it again to show you. Click OK, and I have, oh actually it wasn't, African American comes before Asian, and then Caucasian, and then there's lots of white people in this sample, and then Latino, Latina. So if I want to create a table, I can create it down at the bottom like we did in class, but that might be bothersome. So maybe I'll just start right over here. And I'm going to actually hide these so we don't have to worry about looking at these either. And so I'm going to, I want to put in a column for race and one for writing score. Now these are my two parts of the table. My races are African American, Asian, Caucasian, and Latino. I'm going to move my column over a little bit just to make sure that I don't have things overlapping. And what I want to put in for my writing score is just the average of all the African American people in this sample. So the command I'm going to type is average. I have to put the equals in front of it, right? Equals average, open parentheses, and now I'm going to highlight all the African American writing scores. So I'm going from L2 down to L35. So I start at L2, column L, row 2, goes all the way down to L35. Once I get to that, I can close my parentheses, hit enter, and it gives me the average. Now I can do the same thing, equals average, and I can go highlight all my Asian scores, and that goes down to L106. If I click up in my tab up here, my little function window, I can close my parentheses, hit enter, and it gives me their average as well. Notice that it's not formatting things the same. Why? I'm not sure. But if I want to, I can make sure that all these give me 2 decimal places. I'm going to highlight all 4 of these, right click, click on Format Cells, click on Number, and the default is 2 decimal places. I can make it 1 or 0 or 3 or 4 or 5. I'm going to stick with 2, click OK, and it automatically formats anything I put in there to 2 decimal places. I need to do the Caucasian. I'm going to go down to the Caucasian scores. Lots of Caucasians in here. Oh, I'm a little past them. close my parentheses. See my average writing score. Then I can also do it for Latino students. And again, just highlight all the writing scores for that ethnic group or racial group. Close my parentheses, click enter, and here's my table. Now the nice thing about Excel is if I were to open up a Microsoft Word document, once I've done things in Excel, I can copy this and I can paste it. Oops. Let me get down in here. Right into Word. And if I want to look at where all the borders are, so I can kind of mess things around, change the size, I can change whether they're centered or whether they're left to right. I can get rid of some of these lines if I want to. All things that you can do to make your table look more appealing. When you have all the squares in there, it kind of looks busy and messy. You might want to bold these things, right? And so I have my races and I have their writing scores. And I can save this as a PDF or do whatever I need to do.